I want to tell you what it's like to live in most of Israel right now. A missile is fired by Hamas, a terrorist organization in Gaza. A siren goes off. You have 15 seconds to find a shelter. I want you to think as an American what that means. If you lived in a place where missiles were fired at you, hundreds of them every day, and you had 15 seconds to hide, how would you live? How would you stop what you're doing, run to a basement or a shelter? And if you can't make it inside, you're just supposed to lie flat on the ground with your arms over your head. What about your kids? How do you feel about sending them to school? That's life in Israel right now. Not a single one of us would accept this. Not one of us would ever have to. Every country has a right to defend itself against terror. But they keep telling Israel, don't overreact, don't fire back, be careful, don't ramp things up. Let me get this straight. We're saying that if Mexico fired a missile into El Paso, or Canada was firing hundreds of missiles into Buffalo, we would just let it go? If Japan fired a missile into Beijing, what would China do? So why is Israel held to a different standard? Why does Israel have to hold back? Why does every other country get to defend itself, but not Israel? Why could that be? In the uncomfortable moments of our life, we know why. A Jewish man was walking down the street, Midtown Manhattan, over the weekend. He passed by a group of people protesting on the side of the street. They were holding up signs criticizing Israel. He was wearing a yarmulke. They called him a dirty Jew. We've seen this movie before. We've seen the terror before. We've seen the sirens and the bombs and the threats. We've seen the insults. Dirty Jew. It's nothing original. We all know, in the quiet of our own souls, exactly what's going on here. It has nothing to do with embargoes or borders or anything else that can be solved. It's because Israel exists and it's a Jewish state. Let's be honest with ourselves. There are some people who just can't get past that. It's the world's oldest hatred, anti-Semitism. And unfortunately, it is alive and well in our time. And it's no longer hiding and it's no longer afraid. It's right there in Gaza. Gaza is the new Nuremberg. It is the epicenter of Jew hatred, the birthplace of a million new little haters. And they all want the same thing. They're all taught the same thing. Kill all the Jews. Unfortunately, that's all they know. And unless we stop it first and stop the source of it, that's all they'll ever know. In every generation that came before us, they would beat up the Jews, harass the Jews, chase the Jews, kill the Jews, always the Jews, and usually they got away with it. But may I suggest, not this time. No more. This time, stand with Israel. We will stand for the truth. We will stand for freedom and decency. We will stand for life. And so I want to say something to the kids in the bomb shelters, or to the parents of those kids that don't have bomb shelters. The parents that worry about their children who can't sleep at night, or the kids who can't keep their sheets dry at night. The kids who are just like my own kids, that just want to go outside and play and be with friends, and it doesn't matter what color or creed. They don't want to hide in holes in the ground. And listen up. You don't have to. We are with you. You're not alone. There are millions who will always be with you. You have many, many friends here in America. This is a message also for Israel's leaders. Do not be afraid. Do not forget all the things that God has done for you. We will not forget you. We will not forsake you. We are brothers. The nation of Israel and its capital of Jerusalem